Hello Year 6s and welcome to Cheslyn High Academy. I hope you've had a chance to look at the materials that have been going online, including our blogs with up-to-date maps, information and frequently asked questions. In addition to that, I hope you've had a look at our video vlog as well, which has been me talking you through some key questions that you would like answers to at Cheslyn High Academy. Now we will say that it's going to be quite apprehensive you stepping up, but coming to high school will mean that you'll have the opportunity to come and see our footage through our virtual tours and be as comfortable as possible when you join us in September. We last year introduced a house system, and that house system is something that gives you a sense of identity within the school. It's something that we're all very proud of, and we have a high level of competition and enjoyment in taking you through that. So it's something that you start with at the start of Year 7, and that includes behind me here. When you join us in September, you will be placed in one of 4 houses. All 4 houses are named after influential people that have shown excellent character throughout their time, such as resilience, being hard-working and being determined as they're moving on. We've got the Tolkien House, who is head of house Mrs. Arm. We've got the Fawcett House, who is myself, so if you're in Fawcett I will be your head of house moving forward. We've got the Seacole House, which is Mr. Cox, and finally we've got the Turing House, which is Mr. Pell. All the 4 heads of houses are excited to meet you, and they'll be doing a short video soon to talk you through what they stand for in their house. We are extremely competitive, but we do this on a friendly level. We want to get as many people involved in our house competitions as possible. And as you can see here in the main reception, we have a list of our Cheslyn High Academy house competitions. These suit all talents and start with things like a Cheslyn High Academy bake-off, where you're competing for first place to win a slice of the action. You've also got the art competition, where we showcase all of your art, and some of which has made it onto our school website. Name a lab, where you're doing your research and looking at key scientists and then naming a lab after them. And for those that are confident on stage, we also have Cheslyn High Academy Has Got Talent, where you can submit an entry and showcase your talent to the rest of our school. As you can see, we have a main cup at the end of the year, which is assigned when house points get added to that total. And the last winner is Fawcett House, which I'm extremely impressed with, and it's something that we're going to hope to maintain, but I know all of the other heads of houses are just as competitive. When you join us in September, you will be placed into one of these 4 houses. You will also have a coloured tie which shows your identity. So don't panic if for whatever reason you forget what house you're in. In the main theatre you have an assembly which usually takes place once every week, and that's an opportunity for your house to come together and to share excellent opportunities that you've engaged in throughout that week. That's not just things that you do inside school either. We also celebrate things that go on outside school. So if you've got the talent and you want us to know about it, please do let us know early on so that we can keep that talent going as we move forward. Your house will be made up of 2 tutor groups in your year group. And as we mentioned before, you'll have that tie, and that will stay with you to be able to cement yourself within that group. This is a bit of an indication of what our pastoral system has got to offer, but if there are any further questions that anybody's got answering, please do not hesitate to contact us at our dedicated transition email, and one of the team will get back to you as soon as possible.
Hello Year 7, welcome to Cheslyn High Academy. I hope that you are enjoying the transition videos that we've put on offer for you. I am Mr. Powell, I'm a PE teacher. I've worked at the school now for 7 years, and I'm also a head of house, and more specifically I'm head of Turing House, which is the blue house within school. Alan Turing is the person that our house is named after, and like I say, our house colour is blue, which I believe is the best colour, and we will wear blue ties in and around school. So hopefully some of you, when you join the house, you'll be representing us with those blue ties when you eventually get to come up into the school. Being part of a house is like being part of the family. You'll have older students within the house that will be able to make your transition really quick, really easy, and make you feel at home when you do actually join Cheslyn High. You will also have the opportunity to do house competitions as you come up, which are things that we can get house points for, to then hopefully win us the house trophy at the end of the academic year. So you will also have the opportunity to become a house captain or a house leader, depending on what year group that you are in as you progress through the school. We also, at Cheslyn Academy, we like to promote our Aspire principles. That is what I look for in any student that comes up to the school, that they attest to these Aspire principles, which are being active, being sure, being positive, imaginative, resilient, and also showing plenty of effort. All that's left to say then is that I'm looking forward to meeting all of you when you do eventually come up to the school, and those that become in my house, you will become Team Turing. Thank you, Year 7.
Hello Year 6, Mr Evans here, and I'm one of the head of houses at Cheslyn High Academy. I've been at this school now for 6 years, which seems like a very long time, but actually the time has gone very, very quickly. And part of my role as head of house is about looking out for you and making sure that your attendance is where it needs to be, making sure that you're making progress in your lessons, and making sure that you are being the best person that you can be, so that each 6 lessons that you do each day is a success and you are achieving things within that lesson. In addition to being a head of house, I'm also a classroom teacher, so it might be that I have you for some of your lessons, and I'm actually filming from my classroom today. And the reason being is because my subject is RPE, which stands for Religion, Philosophy and Ethics, which is a subject that you will do in high school, and some of you will do a GCSE in it, and some of you might even do an A-level in it, which is obviously when you get higher up the school. One of the things that we want to make sure that you are doing on a daily basis is trying your best, so that you get up, you come to school, and you are doing as best as you possibly can. Because remember, Year 6, high aspirations leads to high ambitions, and high ambitions will lead to high achievement. And we all want you leaving this school with a set of qualifications so that you can move on to the next part of your life and be successful. So how do you know that you are part of the Fawcett House, you ask? Well, each and every one of you will have a green tie, and that is something that you need to wear with pride, because it shows that you are part of my house, and it shows that you are part of a community where we all work together. And we always have a bit of a catchphrase and say that we're great in green, because when we all pull together, we are as best as we can possibly be. Now, one of the ways that you can show that is through taking part in the house competitions. There are a variety of house competitions that I mentioned in my first video, but my personal highlight is the quizzes that we do. We hosted a humanities quiz last year where we asked key questions on history, geography and philosophy and ethics, and got students to participate in the first round and then compete in the final. When we come together in our house assembly in the main lecture theatre, we'll celebrate some of the things that we are good when we come together, and that might include house competition successes, it might include other things that you are doing as part of your school life. We will celebrate in a half-termly assembly where there are loads of exciting opportunities to win some great prizes and to be the best that you can be, because we are all proud to be Fawcett.
Hi Year 6, my name's Mrs Arm, and I've been at Cheslyn House for around 10 years. I teach PE and dance within the school, but I'm also head of Tolkien House. Now, Tolkien House was named after a very, very famous author called J.R.R. Tolkien, who grew up in the West Midlands. He wrote some very famous books that have been turned into some very famous films, and what I'd like you to do is go away and find out what some of those books are. We have the yellow ties, but I don't like to think of them as yellow, I call them gold ties, and that's because I'm very competitive and I like to win everything. And being part of the house system means that we compete with the other houses in various competitions throughout the year. And we compete for the end of the year to win a house trophy. It's also about being in a family, and we will come together as a house family for assemblies, where we'll talk about lots of different things, lots of things that are coming up, like the next lot of house competitions, and we'll also celebrate all of your successes. Now, Tolkien had a very famous quote: "Even the smallest person can change the course of the future." And that means that you can do absolutely anything. And being within Tolkien House, that is what we will push you to do. And we will go by the school's Aspire principles: being active, being sure, being positive, being imaginative, being resilient, and putting effort into absolutely everything that you do. I can't wait to see you in September. Have a lovely summer, and I look forward to seeing you on your first day at Cheslyn House. Bye, Tolkien House.
Right, hello Year 6. My name's Mr. Cox. I feel like I know some of you already, having seen some of your names on the list. I know I've taught many of your brothers and sisters. I've been at this school for 16 years, teaching maths. It's a long time, but I'm looking forward to being here with you for another 5 years. When you come into the school, you'll get used to us talking about something called the house system, and you're going to be part of that. And my role is your head of house. If you come into Seacole House, that's who I am, your head of house. So listen out for that name, Seacole House. Every house has a person attached to it. Our person is Mary Seacole. I want you to research her. She was a famous nurse. That's all I'm giving you. Do a bit of research, find out why she's an inspirational individual. So as well as a person, every house has a colour. And our colour, you won't be surprised to know, is red. Because I've got my red pen, I've got my red tie, I've got my red socks-ish. And I'm very proud to wear red to represent Seacole. The house system itself is 2 classes from each year group. So 2 from year 7, 2 from year 8, 2 from year 9, 2 from year 10, 2 from year 11, all coming together as one team, one family, as one house. And we all support and guide one another. And as a head of house, along with my 12 tutors in the school, we are there to support, guide and encourage you in school. And of course challenge you as well. We always want to challenge you to be the best you can possibly be. And that's exactly what we'll do together. Look out for other things like house competitions. So at least every term, usually every half term, we have house competitions from different subjects, different categories, which you can take part in and represent our house. And that's your chance to earn house points for Seacole. This all goes in towards a big competition where at the end of the year, we look to win a house shield and be the best house officially in the school. Unofficially, we are the best house, but I'd like to have the shield to officially make that true. Now, how do you succeed? We have a principle in school called the Aspire principle. And I'm going to challenge you to know this when you come in September, to know these words and what they mean. So Aspire, A stands for active. Are you active when you're learning? Do you do something about it? Do you get involved with things? S stands for sure. Are you sure about how to improve? Sure about how to do the best? Are you confident knowing what you're going to do to be your best possible person? P stands for positive. Now that speaks for itself. Do you give that positive attitude towards things? Do you show positivity towards others and to yourself? I is imaginative. So have you got that bit of creative spark? Do you think outside the box? Do you have your own ideas? And are you willing to share those ideas as well? R is resilience. So when things go wrong, do you roll your sleeves up and get stuck in? You know, do you show that you will try again and again and again to be the best you can be? And E is effort. So are you going to be the one that puts your absolute 100% effort into everything you do? It's a challenge to do it all day, every day, but it's something that I think we should aspire to. So do you know the Aspire principles? Yeah, I'll challenge you when you get back. So Team Seacole, we live by the Aspire principles, but as our team itself, we expect everyone to play their part. No one's left out. Yeah, we're about 300 people in Seacole House and everyone plays their part. When things go well, we celebrate it, we enjoy it, we congratulate one another. There's the bell. That's the bell that tells you when one lesson moves into another, by the way. So we're positive and we enjoy it when things go well. When things don't go well, we roll our sleeves up and we start again, we start afresh, and again we do the best we can possibly be. Now I think about 5 times in this video I've said it's about being the best you can possibly be, and that is exactly what you're going to be when you join us at Cheslyn House Academy. Year 6, thank you for listening and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye bye.